In today's video, I'm going to be bringing out my crystal ball and I'm going to be sharing my top 5 PPC predictions for 2025. And these predictions are based off of different trends that I've been seeing over the past couple of years. I'm going to be sharing my personal thoughts on them, as well as how it impacts you as an advertiser that runs your own pay-per-click advertising and what you need to look out for. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm the founder of Level 28 Media, and I help local service-based businesses generate leads through Google Ads. So if you're interested in audit or managed services and you're spending at least $2,000 a month, check out the link below, and I'd be more than happy to have a consultation with you if it's a good fit. Now let's go ahead and dive into my first PPC prediction for 2025. And that is that CPCs are going to rise. Now, CPCs naturally rise as there's inflation that happens. CPCs will continue to rise as there's more competitors entering the market. And what's going to happen is that as more competitors enter the market with their budgets, they are going to be competing with us. And what's going to happen is as there's more competitors, there's going to be the same or even less number of inventory. And what's going to happen is we're all going to be fighting over that and going to naturally increase the floor of the CPCs and increase the level that you need to be competitive in order to even compete in Google advertising. Be ready to spend more for every click. But on top of that, as a byproduct, be ready to spend more for every lead. As CPCs rise, your cost per leads will naturally increase. That is if you don't do enough on the conversion rate optimization side, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And as a byproduct of that, your customer acquisition cost or your CAC will increase as well because it's just going to become more and more expensive to acquire a new customer. How are you going to be able to handle this heat and the competition? I would recommend to focus your time on not just what needs to be done in the platform to reduce the cost per clicks, like quality score and other things that I have already shared in previous videos, but now really focus heavily on post-click optimization. What do I mean by post-click optimization? I'm talking about landing page optimization. What can we do after the click in order to make sure that we drive up that rate at which people will convert? And that has to do with optimizing your landing page, your website for conversions. I have tons of videos on my channel about landing pages for different niches and what you need to look out for. I also have a workshop that I have on my channel as well. It's a masterclass that talks all about what to look out for landing pages and how to design the best landing pages or websites in order to convert the paid traffic that you're buying into actual leads. Because at the end of the day, Google ads, Bing ads, Facebook ads, any social ad, it's just traffic. We need to convert the traffic into qualified leads, and that's what we need to focus on. The next prediction that I have is that phrase match is going to become obsolete or more and more obsolete. Phrase match as it stands is blurring the lines between, not very well though, blurring the lines of broad match. It really is delivering the same type of results as in terms of matching to specific search terms as broad match. But in terms of results, in terms of conversion rate and actual conversions, broad match typically performs better. And I'll share why. And that's because if you're using broad match and smart bidding, broad match will leverage different signals behind the scenes, like the user's past search history. It will look at your ad groups and the keywords in that ad group in order to help Google determine the intent of that keyword, and then it will also look at the content of your landing page. But if you're using phrase match, Google does not leverage any type of signal. So that's why phrase match more and more is looking very close to what broad match is, but instead it's just not performing as well, and it doesn't leverage the smart signals that broad match does if you're leveraging smart bidding. So I think if phrase match is not going to be announced that it's gone, it's going to become more and more obsolete or even potentially deprecated. Next, this might be a controversial one. I know a lot of people tend to try to think very positively that it's not going to go away, but I think manual CPC is going to be gone. If not in 2025, probably very, very soon, in the next couple of years. But I think, especially seeing how Google's making it harder and harder to even find manual CPC as an option, Google's really trying to discourage us as advertisers from using manual CPC. And I get it. There are better smart bidding options out there, or there's better bidding options out there than manual. Manual is not smart bidding. But if you're using something like max clicks, max conversions, target ROAS, target CPA, you should get better results because you are telling Google to focus on actual conversions. CPC, when you're doing manual CPC, you're just telling Google that you only care about having the lowest the lowest cost per click, and you want to have full control over it, but you don't get access to all the smart signals that a smart bidding strategy would let you have access to. So manual, it's becoming more and more hidden. It's still available, but I think in 2025, it's either going to go away or at least in the next couple of years, it's going to be gone. What I know for sure is going to be happening, if it's not happening in 25, is smart bidding is just going to becoming even more smart to the point where there's really no point in even considering to use manual when you can just use smart bidding, because smart bidding can work very well even if you don't have a ton of conversions. And I've shared my POV on this several times on this channel, but it's changed a lot, especially this year. I don't necessarily wait until I hit a 30 conversion threshold in order to change to a smart bidding approach or smart bidding strategy. I typically just would go right into a smart bidding strategy these days and see what happens, and then from there just optimize based off of what's coming in. So that's where I think the manual CPC bidding is potentially going. The next thing that I wanted to make a prediction on is that ad placements are going to be prominent in the AI overview. So if we're doing searches for specific questions, certain questions will trigger an AI overview at the top of Google. And what I think is going to be happening is Google's going to be monetizing that section. Whether they're going to be monetizing that section through Google ads, or they're going to be monetizing that through search ads or Performance Max. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure that having ads within AI overviews or summaries is going to become more and more prominent, not just in Google ads, but in Microsoft ads, as well as even ChatGPT and other AI tools out there. It's natural to think too, because there's all these tools, a lot of them are free to use, that use AI. You'd have to think that there's some way that they're going to have to be monetizing it. I know ChatGPT is free and paid, but I think another potential avenue that they're exploring as we speak is potentially opening things up to having some advertising and letting advertisers advertise on their platform. So we'll see on that. And the final prediction that I have for 2025 is that there's going to be even more heavy automation in setup. Now, you know my opinion on Google Reps, and if you've been advertising for a while, you know that Google's goal, at least for the last several years, is to eliminate the middleman. Google doesn't want you to be paying a freelancer, an agency, or anyone in between to consult on Google advertising. Google wants you to take that 10, 15, 20, 25%, 30% of ad spend that you'd be paying a consultant and just pay Google. So Google's trying to make it easy, or make it look easy at least, for an advertiser to set up their campaign, especially someone that's doing this from scratch, brand new, that's just wanting to dip their toes in things. It's pretty easy to set up an account these days, but it's difficult to set it up the right way. So what I'll say is, what I think is going to happen, and we're already kind of seeing this, is if you're setting up a Google Ads campaign, it's going to ask you for your goal. Then going to take you to put in your landing page and website, and then offer some suggestions for headlines and descriptions, and then offer you some keyword suggestions. I think that there's going to come a point where Google's just going to be giving you everything and saying, okay, give me just your website, and we're just going to dump everything here for you. All you need to just do is approve of this, and we'll be able to take your campaign live. So you probably would be able to get a campaign set up within like 30 minutes to an hour just by using Google's AI in their automation to set up your campaign. I have tested out the AI and Google's automation to set up a campaign. I'll say that it's not very good. I probably could get an intern that doesn't know anything about PPC that can do a better job. But I think the only thing that's stopping Google from creating campaigns without your consent, and all you have to do is just put in your credit card, is the liability. And that Google wants to make sure that it's writing ads that are accurate, that reflect your brand and what you have to offer. So don't just take Google's suggestions blindly as you're potentially using their automation. I think that Google's going to be making it even more simple. And the barrier to entry for PPC and Google Ads is just going to be, there's going to be no barrier to entry. It's just going to be pretty much put in your credit card, give us your website, we'll give you some suggestions, and we'll just take things live within 30 minutes to an hour, and then you'll be good to go after that, mini approval process. But yeah, I think that that's where we're headed. It's already gone in that direction, but I really think that Google's going to make it even more simple to advertise on their platform. And with that being said, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with my PPC predictions? Do you have your own predictions? I would love to hear your predictions in the comments below. If you think I'm completely wrong and out of left field, let me know too. I'd love to hear that. If you have anything that you'd want to debate me on, or just chat more about, just leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I post videos on Google Ads every week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you.